Hello YouTube, this is NASCAR 48 WW2 Buff here with the INORL Duracell Cup Series Race 9 here at Richmond for the Skittles 400. Now the funny thing is here on for the Skittles is I talked about that new sponsorship deal last week at Rockingham. It was a deal with Skittles. They would sponsor the INORL for 4 races. Now that's a lot of races compared to all the other sponsors, but they will show the different flavors for all 4 races. They will be sponsoring Richmond, Kansas, Michigan, and Atlanta, the second Atlanta race. So Skittles, that is a big new thing. They are sponsoring those 4 races. Another thing I would like to talk about, this track can only hold 39 cars, and the qualifying was crazy. This race could mean life or death to getting in the chase later on. So drivers really fought as hard as they could and for qualifying. All the drivers who finished their qualifying runs got in. Wilhelm Schultz in the number 13, coming to complete his first lap out of turn 2, blew the motor and could not cross the finish line on his first lap, was not able to finish his lap. Then Fritz Lukather got in a little loose through 2 and spun it around, backing it into the wall. His day was done. Richard Johnson, he went into 3, got loose, smashed the car heavily into the outside wall, also crunching in the left front fender. But let's get ready for our starting command.
Drivers, start your engines!
So those drivers, really, this could really hurt them to get in the chase. They might have a lot of trouble coming back from that. But anyways, I will take you to your starting lineup, and congrats to Jeffrey Buckeye on getting this pole.
Every time we lie awake, after every we take,
and we're back once again. Jeffrey Buckeye got the pole, and your quarter slimer winner right here, right on the outside line, right starting second. And last week's winner, the 2 of Jake Rogers, starting 38th. Not a start he wanted to this race. He's really going to have to come back from that. But Leo Rogers and Brian James take the second row. And we are ready to go racing here at Richmond. Will it be crazy? Will it be Wreckfest? What's going to go on? I have no idea. But it's time to go racing here in the Skittles 400. Oh, look, 3 wide off that corner. They're close. Brian James. Oh, there goes Jacob Cisco around. Off the bumper of Andreas Allen. Oh, Jacob Lawler, Seth Cole, David Rochester, your points leader right there in the mix of that. Man, that was one crazy lap. Oh, Trek Tolger, a piece of that. Yes, he did get a big piece of that. Right side, smashed in. Back end hurt. Cisco went around. He got spun off the bumper of Andreas Allen. And it looks like that was all who were involved. Everybody else seemed to get by. Oh, it looks like Sean Galligan maybe got the wall off turn 4, as he has heavy damage on the right side of that car. But let me take you to see what happened to Jacob Cisco off turn 2 on the first lap. Here is the start to the race. Cisco, Sean Henley, Tyson Brown, and Andreas Allen battling. Looks like Andreas Allen going to make a 4 wide here. There's where Joseph Bryant's involved. This is at the front of the pack. And Andreas Allen maybe pushed it a little too much. Cisco going to take a nice, pretty hard lick into the wall there. And he's going to slide up in front of the track there, but nothing happened. Now the 42 of Trek Tolger back here. Something happened to him. Him and Dylan White. Looks like Dylan White gets into him a little bit here. Him and Kyle Stewart, actually. Tolger goes into the outside wall, clipping Dylan White with him. And then we saw Sean Galligan hit the wall somewhere. Yes, it looks like he caught it down the front straightaway. 3 wide. Brian James pushing him way up the track. He's going to get a piece of that wall, him and Brian James. And that's really enough to really hurt your day here at Richmond, because you're going to use those brakes a lot. And if they can't get that fender off the tire, your chances of winning just went from 1 out of 43, 1 out of 42, 1 out of 39 to about 1 out of a million right there. So Sean Gallagher and Brian James having a tough time already to the start. But I'll take you back to the green here at Richmond for restart number 2. We are back. No one has retired from the race. Everybody was able to stay in. Jeffrey Buckeye is still your leader. Leo Rogers second. Tristan Trivet third. Sean Henley managed to get up to fourth. Brian James fifth. Joseph Bryant sixth. Sean Gallagher back to seventh after starting on the outside row. Andreas Allen eighth. Tyson Broad ninth. And Drew Austin rounding out the top 10. And it's time to get back to the green here at Richmond for lap 7 out of 60. We still have a long ways to go here at Richmond. Maybe a single file restart will help these drivers get around better. Here comes Tristan Trivet for second. Going to try to pass Leo Rogers here. Can he get it? Sean Henley is going to try to follow up with him. Sean Henley is going to make a 3 wide, a bold and daring move, and it just might have worked out for him. It could have. Yes, it looks like it will. Leo Rogers pushed way up the track. He'll get back in line, and Sean Henley looks like he's going to take the second position, and I think the caution is out. Yes, the caution is out. Jake Rogers may have got involved. It doesn't look like he did. Dylan White involved again. Buckeye was involved. And Sean Henley just about slammed into Buckeye, which could have just hurt his chances right there at winning this race. As these drivers just need to slow up and sort things out. Don't want to cause another wreck. Taking out leaders. Maybe Cisco and Kyle Stewart were involved. Oh, Robbie Noonan, he's involved. Trek Togger. Seth Cole and Olga Ogo might have been involved. Same with Gene Sanford. But I'll take you to see what went wrong here through the trial. This wreck was just a downright massacre. Robbie Noonan's going to try to... not Robbie Noonan. Mr. Noonan, as we like to call him. Going to try to get into this turn. John Wilson going to get into the back of him. And they both go heavily into the outside wall. Mr. Noonan holds it up together right there. Then it looks like, that pit wall comes out. It looks like Gene Sanford gets loose. Same with Lawler. Back up in front of Robbie Noonan. And just a lot of the cars get loose. And then just all this happens. And how about Aaron Williams and Austin Ogo sliding through that? And Dylan White and Trek Tolger. How about that? That was one hard of a hit. But let's take an onboard here with the 17 of Aaron Williams, as he says he's not much of a short tracker. He says he hates short tracks, but he just escaped a pile up with just a car length, maybe wide area to get through. And he somehow got through, but let's take an onboard here with him. And how, in any way, did he get through that? Now let's take an onboard here with Austin Ogo, as he somehow got through this right behind Aaron Williams. Now an onboard here with Trek Tolger in the 42. As he took a heavy hit into the back of Dylan White, which really made his day go from bad to worse. Not what he wanted to have. Oh, Jesus, that was one hard lick. Now we will take the onboard here with Mr. Noonan in 11. Mr. Noonan will have a lot of trouble already in this race, and I'll take you back to the green here from Richmond for the Skittles 400. We are back. 3 cars have retired. Mr. Noonan, Dylan White, and Trek Tolger have all retired. Tony Blazer is your leader. Charles Sanford second. James McLeod third. Jack Richards fourth. Henry Sanford 5th, Sam Young 6th, Aaron Williams 7th, Austin Ogo 8th, Dylan Young 9th, and Jacob Lawler 10th. Now, half the field pit with a lot of damaged cars that did not pit might slow up the faster cars, and the leaders ended up pitting. So that's why you see the field inverted on this restart, as you can tell from the back over here. As there was your leader, Sean Henley. Tony Blazer holding the lead here with James McLeod quickly taking second after Charles Sanford has front nose damage, which really hurts him at a short track. Jack Richards following up in second here, and they're going to make it 3 wide here for 4th. Sam Young leaning on Henry Sanford. Oh, Aaron Williams hard into the wall, and he's going to bang it twice. Keeps it going, but that really killed his momentum. But it's Richmond. You come here expecting that, and the leaders are trying to pit while there's cars oncoming. And I think they kept that together without a caution. Yes, green flag is still out. Surprised we're having a green flag run here at Richmond. Tony Blazer 2nd. Jack Richards passing James McLeod for 3rd. Sam Young going to make it 3 wide. McLeod and Richards leaning on each other. And Sam Young's going to slide by. And Jack Richards kept McLeod right to the wall through that whole turn, allowing Sam Young to take 2nd. Don't forget about Henry Sanford back here also. He's right there with them. Now McLeod going to pass Richards. Is he going to do the same thing to what Richards did to him? Looks like he's going to let him go this time by. But Tony Blazer is still holding first. Got to be careful of cars merging onto the track. As Blazer is really starting to pull away. Jackson pulls up in front of the leaders. Oh, McLeod onto Sam Young. Jack Richards up into Sam Young. They, 2nd through 4th, are really just beating and banging. I think I saw the caution lights on. Yes, they are on. And Brian James, a points contender. Both of your points contender are having a troubled day today. Brian James involved. And it looks like that might have been the only one involved. And this is really going to upset the pit stop cycle, as he has heavy damage, and he somehow manages to get this car to his pit stall, and his day is done. But I will take you to see what went wrong with Brian James here at Richmond. Oh ho ho, look who we got here. Brian James and David Rochester, both your points contenders. Rochester was still in this. Rochester going to slide up into Sean Henley, into Brian James. Tristan Trivet going to get a piece of that. And just 2 of your points contenders taking out 1 wreck. But I think Rochester and Tristan Trivet were able to keep it going. Yes, looks like they were. But let's take it on board here with Tristan Trivet. Was looking to have a good day until this came about. Let's take a rear shot here with Brian James. If we can get to him here. That was a very good shot from our camera crews. And Brian James's day is done. And I will take you back to the green flag here from Richmond. Brian James, like I said, has retired. Aaron Williams and Kyle Stanowski both 2 laps down from once they hit the wall. 27 cars left on the lead lap. David Rochester somehow on the lead lap here. Leo Rogers is your leader. Jeffrey Buckeye 2nd. Caitlin Skipper, your champion, 3rd. Tyson Broad 4th. Sean Galligan 5th. That is your top 5. And Leo Rogers will lead us to the green. In the number 22 Minecraft Dodge. And it looks like these lap cars might use to advantage, except for Charles Jackson and John Wilson. Charles Jackson hard into the wall, turned by John Wilson. Did anybody else get a piece of that? Gotta be careful, cars get slippery, and caution is out. And luckily, no one else got a piece of that. for when John Wilson moved back up the track. But I'll take you to see what happened once again as Charles Jackson just got turned right off the bumper of John Wilson. Charles Jackson was already having a bad day, and then this just does not help the fact. Just John Wilson, you can clearly see he came up. Charles tried to give him as much room as he could, and hard into the inside wall Charles Jackson went. And that's enough to really mess up your car, even though it was messed up again as much as it was before. And I wouldn't be surprised to expect some retaliation from Charles Jackson to John Wilson. And John Wilson, oh, he's sliding back up in front of the track. Luckily, Dylan Young did not hit him. John Wilson was lucky enough not to hit the pit wall himself. But I'll take it back to the green flag here from Richmond as we are just about getting to halfway. We are back. No one has retired. There are 4 cars a lap down. Aaron Williams leading them. Now, Aaron Williams is in the position to get one of his laps back here. And if a caution comes out again, like we've been seeing, he could get one of his lap backs. We're not even past halfway. I could expect him to see him back on the lead lap before the end of this race. Leo Rogers first, Jeffrey Buckeye second, Caitlin Skipper third, Tyson Broad fourth, and Sean Galligan rounding out your top 5. And Leo Rogers will lead us back to the green once again. It's a good run into that corner, but here comes Aaron Williams, who's inside. Aaron Williams is really racing to get one of his laps back. And there goes Charles Sanford off John Wilson's nose again. And Aaron Williams wants to lead back to the line to get one of his laps back. Can he do it? It looks like he will. Aaron Williams was able to get his lap back. Leo Rogers leads back to the line. And Charles Sanford was now turned off the front bumper of John Wilson. John Wilson ain't making friends today. That's one thing for sure. He just turned 2 people off the front of his nose. And just, what a tough break for Charles Sanford and Charles Jackson. Ironically, both of the drivers' names that he turned had the first name Charles. Does he have something against with people with the name Charles? No idea, but he's not making friends out here at Richmond. And William Duncan's in pit road. I have no idea what that's about. No idea why he's in pit road. But I'll take you to see what went wrong here at Richmond once again. As we already know what pretty much went wrong. As Charles Sanford spun off the nose of John Wilson. We are back again. A 4-wide situation. Looks like Sanford comes down though. Then gives him room again. And John Wilson retaliates and turns him again. And spins him out for just a little bump and try to do a run right there. Expect to see a lot of drivers mad at John Wilson at the end of this race. But it looks like everybody else got through that turn okay. A lot of beating and banging. Oh, Dylan Poteet, Sam Young, William Duncan comes into the pits right there. But I'll take you back to the green here from Richmond as we have just passed halfway. We are back. No one else has retired. And like I said, Aaron Williams did get one of his laps back. William Duncan has gone a lap down. Charles Sanford, Jake Baskinger, Jacob Sisko, and Dylan Young have all won a lap down. Leo Rogers first, Jeffrey Buckeye second, Caitlin Skipper third, Tyson Broad fourth, Sean Galligan fifth. The top 5 has not changed. Then it's Henley, Bryant, McLeod, Allen, and Blazer rounding out the rest of the top 10. And Leo Rogers is going to try to lead back to the green, but it looks like a lap car of Dylan Young just beat him to the line. Barely, though. Officials are not probably going to take notice on that. Oh, and they are tight through that corner. Got to be very careful, as here comes Jeffrey Buckeye for the lead. And he's rubbing against Leo Rogers, and they almost went 4 wide off that corner, the leaders. And how about Tyson Broad for the lead? He had an okay race last week at Rockingham, led a lot of it, and now he's trying to get a win here at Richmond. And how about the moves that he's pulling? He's battling Baskinger, but here comes Caitlin Skipper for the lead, and she'll get it and lead the lap by a splitter. And now she'll get the lead. Sanford trying to pass the leaders here to get his lap back. And Baskinger gets run on the outside, and Broad's stuck in the middle. Not where he wants to be. Here comes William Duncan. Tony Blazer almost making it 4 wide. And Caitlin Skipper's trying to get away from the pack as much as she can. Could she get her second career win? She's trying to today. But Tony Blazer's on that inside line. Caitlin Skipper really needs to get to that inside line. But here comes Tony Blazer for the race lead. And oh no, Skipper gets that by, again, a front splitter. And man, look at this pack. I've never seen racing like this. This is just amazing right here. Blazer has the lead. And here comes Jack Richards for the lead here. He's going to make it 3 wide. And how about Aaron Williams? He's working to get one of his laps back again, and he's going to end up on the lead lap once again. And maybe become a factor later on in the race. Oh, but he gets shoved to the middle. Oh, and there goes Caitlin Skipper, Sean Henley, and Jeffrey Buckeye. Oh, and Blazer and Sanford. Oh, there they go again. Blazer and Sanford hard on the wall, turned by the lap car of Aaron Williams. They're not going to be happy with him. But it seemed all good until we hit that point where the pack just collapsed. But I'll take you to see what went wrong once again, as it seems maybe about 6 or 10 cars were involved in wrecks. Looks like a 4 wide here. They've been holding these 4 wides for a while, and they just all slide up. William Duncan and Caitlin Skipper are going to get a piece of it. Caitlin Skipper's looking to have a good day. And look at Sean Henley take another head-on hit into that wall. Man, he's taken some hits this season. Just not a... Here comes Seth Cole, Sean Galligan, and just nowhere for a lot of cars to go. And Jake Rogers slides by that. Let's take a look up here real quick also. As there was Sanford and Blazer into the wall. I also saw the 20 of Drew Austin have even more trouble. Oh, he looks like he was trying to come back on the track. Going to get turned by Charles Jackson, and he's going to go up on his side and slam into the wall on his side. And it looks like he's going to do a barrel roll down the tri-oval. Jake Rogers goes right under him. Lawler also involved again. And, oh, man. See that again right here. You don't tend to see a hit like that ends up making somebody flip. Looks like he was going to try to get past Charles Jackson here, get fast enough, and try to make it past him before he hits the pit wall. Maybe not the smartest idea to go there. And look at that hit right into the underside of the car. Barrels rolled, and right over Jake Rogers. Then Lawler gets involved. We need to take it on board with Jake Rogers. That is just phenomenal that he got by that. That is one lucky thing. He's done pretty good all race. I don't think he has been in any wrecks. That's pretty good for him so far. Oh! That just maybe got a piece of him, but that's not really going to hurt him. That was maybe just scraping the paint off. And let's go back here once again for this pileup. Again, Caitlin Skipper and William Duncan together. Caitlin Skipper looks like she may have got through this wreck without getting that much damage. Maybe. Leo Rogers does not get by that. He had a good day. A lot of good contenders involved. Now let's go up to Aaron Williams' wreck. Looks like it does look like he's in the middle of them. Turns Henry Sanford up into Tony Blazer. Aaron Williams does get a good piece of that. But that shouldn't really hurt him. As let's take an onboard here with Aaron Williams. Through this part of the track here. As that he was lucky to get by. Let's watch this turn. It was just a crazy turn right here. And he really got by that without not making that much damage. And he'll slide by and he'll just work once again, try to get that one lap back. But I'll take you back to the green here at Richmond for the closing laps. And a lot more cars have retired. Charles Jackson, William Duncan, Sean Galligan, Dylan Poteet, Olga Ogo, Drew Austin, Gene St. Brad have all retired. 23 cars left on the lead lap. Jack Richards first, George Roke second, Tyson Broad still there in third, James McLeod fourth, and Zachary Buckeye fifth. I have no idea who could win this race. It's going to come down to the final lap to see who's going to win this. Hopefully it does not end under caution. Hopefully it ends in the racing that we saw before that last caution. And look at that, Aaron Williams really working hard to get his lap back, and he's going to go make it 3 wide for lead. He wants that lap back. Him and John Wilson, Baskinger, and Sanford. And now here comes George Roque for the lead. And Aaron Williams rubbing on John Wilson there. George Roque's going to manage to get the lead. George Roque still rubbing on John Wilson. Aaron Williams stuck on the outside. Man, he just really wants to get that lap back. I just want him to pick up some confidence for these short tracks. Oh, and no, that just killed it. And yep, that just killed it right there. And we have a huge pile up through it. Mind me never to talk about a driver again. And now he turns broad into the wall. And I just completely jinxed his day and screwed his day. A salute to all the commentators who screw a driver's day out of jinxing it. It looks like he ain't going to get that lap back after all. He's going to be the cause of the caution. Well, one of the people that were in the caution. And I'll take you to see how I jinxed a huge pile up coming off turn 4. Like I said, I jinxed this. I was saying like, oh, he won't wreck. I want him to get some confidence to turn his short track career around. And then that happens. Him and George Roque get together. Baskinger keeps it together. Broad holds it together. Just a lot of cars slide in. Oh, and Jeffrey Buckeye took a piece of that. Both Buckeyes involved. Just a lot of cars just pile in. They have nowhere to go. And yeah. See what happened to Jacob Sisko here. Looks like he was trying to slow down. And then Tristan Trivet in the back of him. Him and the Sanford and Dylan Young. Really just nowhere to go for a lot of drivers. Then there's the 12 of George Roque, who also got involved. He was the leader, actually. The leader wrecked. Just noticed that. It took me a while to notice that. But let's take a rear shot here with George Roque. I will once again take you to the green here at Richmond for about the final 5 or so laps. I have enough time for about one more restart. We have some new cars are retired. Tony Blazer, David Rochester, Tristan Trivet have retired. 21 cars left on the lead lap. Jack Richards first. Kyle Stewart showing second. Austin Ogo third. Caitlin Skipper fourth coming back after that wreck. And James McLeod fifth. And here's Kyle Stewart. There is 1, 2, 3 lap cars in between them. It's looking like Jack Richards could pull out a win here today as long as he don't wreck. And I shouldn't have said that. Oh, and Baskinger and Cisnowski getting together. And they finally go, and that's the worst part. Kyle Stewart involved. And Seth Cole goes around along with some other cars. And they somehow get by the pit wall. Glad that did not happen. Bad memories from that wall. And Aaron Williams involved again. And Jack Richards has just been invincible. If you ever seen the James Bond movie, GoldenEye, you got that Russian guy, that Barrow or whatever, he's like, you know, Jack Richards is acting like him right now. He's invincible. Or, that just sucked. That was embarrassing. But anyways, he's just been invincible all day. And he will hold it together. And there's enough time for one more restart. And it's looking like he could get this. Or Caitlin Skipper could get a win. Fun fact here. Caitlin Skipper drove the 99 last season. Left to go to Hendrick Motorsports. Caitlin Skipper won the championship in this 99 car. Now Caitlin Skipper is trying to take a win away from that 99 car. Jack Rouse is going to be like, oh, no, you didn't, to Caitlin Skipper after this race. But I'll take you to see what went wrong off turns 2 and off turns 4. Man, these two were just leaning on each other all the way down the back straightaway. Looked like they might have had it saved, but Sosnowski comes back up in the basket dirt, turning them both hard into the wall. Kyle Stewart had nowhere to go, and he was running second. He takes that heavy hit into the wall. Tyson Broad gets around that. But he also... Sean Henley into the back of Kyle Stewart. A little small wreck up here. And here's like a 5-car incident up here. Not much throughout that wreck. Mostly just spins and a couple beats and bangs here. Not much really to show. But let's take a left side view with Kyle Stewart in the 6. As he just could not have known that that was coming towards him. Running second, and it looks like that was not meant to be. It just looks like it was definitely not meant to be for him to win this race. And he'll limp that car around. But I'll take it back to the green for the final 2 or so laps. We are back. We have a lot more retired cars once again. It starts with Aaron Williams, Jake Baskinger, Sean Henley, Henry Sanford, 21 of Joseph Bryant have all retired. 20 cars left in the race, 18 on the lead lap. Jack Richards is the leader, Caitlin Skipper second, James McLeod third, Hendrick 2 in the top 5, Lawler running 4th, and Buckeye running 5th. Now 2 laps to go. No, 1 lap shootout for it. Does Caitlin Skipper have enough to catch Jack Richards? Caitlin Skipper going under the 15. Does she have enough for Jack Richards? Oh, there's a wreck back there. But Caitlin Skipper does not have enough for Jack Richards. Jack Richards comes off turn 4, and he'll win the Skittles 400 at Richmond. Congratulations to Jack Richards. He will win the Skittles 400, and he was invincible the whole day. Not a scratch on that car. This car should be in a museum after not getting a scratch at Richmond. How about that? Skipper held on for second, James McLeod third, Zachary Buckeye 4th, and Austin Ogo 5th. And I'll take you to your race results here from Richmond. Congrats to Jack Richards. We are back. Jack Richards led the most laps of any driver today, 19 laps. He will get first. Caitlin Skipper getting a nice, solid second place finish. James McLeod third, Zachary Buckeye 4th, and Austin Ogo 5th. Jacob Lawler fell back to 6th on the restart, same with Buckeye. Jacob Sisko comes back for 8th after getting spun on the first lap. Dylan Young 9th, and Leo Rogers, your pole sitter. No, not your pole sitter. Leo Rogers, who started 3rd, will come 10th. And the rest of your finishing results. And man, out of 39 cars that started, 20 of them finished. It's not a good statistic, but I have to admit, that wasn't as bad as the Richmond races I've seen before. I've seen a lot far worse. There are some amazing races, and we still has a couple green flag runs. And next week we'll go to my hometown, about hometown and closer to Dover than Pocono. I've been here 3 times, including the Chase race back for 2012. I say the best racetrack on the circuit to me. I'm going to have to go with that. And we will have a special co-star next week co-commentating with me for that race, if he remembered. But let's see your season standings here. Whew. The standings took a big hit right there. Rochester and Brian James fell back to 3rd and 4th. Seth Cole running 2nd, and Buckeye has 1st. Jeffrey Buckeye, that is. And then Jacob Lawler has 5th. Zachary Buckeye 6th. Gene Sanford 7th. Jacob Sisko 8th. Caitlin Skipper 9th. And Austin Ogo 10th. With Jack Richards and Robbie Noonan holding the last spots. And the rest of your point standings. And congrats to Jack Richards, but I will see you next week at Dover, Delaware. Please like, comment, and subscribe. NASCAR 48 WW2 Buff signing off.